Runk.
Hey, we'll be in Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, and Torrance, California. I got dates coming up. Torrance, California, Toronto, Ontario, Bismarck, North Dakota, Sioux Falls, and then Brea. And then I'm actually doing, Covina in January, California. A lot of California dates. And then more California dates coming up. I think I got a bunch of California dates in January. I'm gonna those aren't up yet, but I'll announce them soon. It's January, technically next year. But right now, we got to get into the newest episode of Congratulations. Dude, my Juan Fire always does the thing where he goes, 3, 2, like he's throwing it to me from the news, dude. This is the news, honestly. This is what it is. And you know what I did? I ate beforehand. And you know what the problem is when I eat beforehand here at the Congratulations, or really when I do any podcast? I get this need to clear my throat to do like that. Now, I don't look at the comments most of the time. Sometimes I do, but very rarely. I heard that people are saying I'm clearing my throat too much. Oops. Now, what is it? I don't know. It's a new thing. Maybe it happens like every year when it starts to get a little bit, when the fall hits. I don't know. I'll have to find out. Because it's super annoying, but guess what I did? Got Prilosec. Because somebody said in the comments, get Prilosec. Is that what it's called? Prilosec? Prilosec? Is it? Yeah. Prilosec? Oh, I thought it was Prilosec. Got Prilosec. And the only reason why I got it, so I went to the Laugh Factory last night. Dude, do you ever, it's so hard sometimes to just actually have your brain on, right? Like to actually think of the things that you need to think of and then make your body do those things, right? And sometimes it's not a big thing. It's like, oh, I didn't look while reversing out of the driveway. And I should have, because there could have been a bike helmet there that my son left. And I just went for it. And I know that that's an issue, so why didn't I look? Oh, and I thought about looking before I got in my car, and I just got in my car and just didn't look and just reversed, right? And it's like, why does that happen? Because I thought about it, and then I get in my car, and then my brain goes, man, chocolate's good, or something. Or, isn't it weird that we all have cars? You know? And then maybe I'll scrape the bottom of the car because of it. Just because of thoughts and not having the right ones. So, I'm at the Laugh Factory, crushed it. Not a big deal, right? Went on late, still needed to just show them the business, right? But it was fine. Put up 2 TikTokers before me, special guests, and went on last. Still had to show them the business, and it's all good, right? Way late, went after Guys Who Kill, still had to show them. Different when I do my show on the road, people are ready for it, and then that is different than going on stage in Hollywood, in the heartbeat of Hollywood, just going on too late when the crowd's tired and still having to show them the business, and I did, all right? But that's not what this story's about, and I don't brag, right? And showed them the biz. So I did that, and then I left. Now I left. Now I have now it's too late. Right? Now here's a new thing that's going on in my life. Hey. Now, I'm a comedian. I am a night owl by trade. Dude, new thing. 10:15, lights out. 10:15, whoops, can't keep my eyes open. 10:15 rolls around, my eyes like a garage door opener. I can't. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I could be watching the most gripping. I could be watching Goodfellas. I could be watching Goodfellas in my house. You know what I mean? Like good actual fellas doing the play Goodfellas in my house. Garage door in. Just half mast my eyes, like I'm a space cowboy. Okay, and so I go like this. I got the late spot at Laugh Factory. I'm gonna go on. They text me, "Hey, spot's at 11:10." I know the spot's gonna be at 12, right? And he was right. I go, I gotta get coffee. I get coffee. I go, and now I'm up. I get off stage. It's like 12 something. I'm like, oh man, I got to drive all the way back 40 minutes to home, right? Because I don't live in Hollywood anymore. So I'm like, that's fine. Check my phone. Hey, babe, will you get me Prilosec? What is it? Prilosec. Will you get me Prilosec? I have heartburn. I just took a pill. It won't go down, and it hurts so bad. And I go, yeah, I will. And here's where my brain ruins everything, okay? The absolute easiest thing to do is go to the CVS or the Rite Aid right across the street and get the Prilosec. Is Prilosec or Prilosec? Prilosec. There's no O. So they just want there to be an O in it for some reason. So Prilosec, I go like this. Yeah, but you know what? I'll get it on the way home. I don't want to do anything extra. I'll just get it when I'm on my way home, and I'll stop at a drugstore or something. Get in my car, go over the hill, Laurel Canyon, get on the 101, and I go, awesome. I'll stop. And then I just don't stop the whole time. Okay? Now, why? This is like, they could do a whole 8-year series like Ancient Aliens, where it's like, there's really no answer. We know, there is an answer in Ancient Aliens. We know that they were not aliens, right? They made a whole show about ancient aliens. Hey, did aliens come down here and make the pyramids or whatever, right? And it's just like, no. It's just like instant no, right? Like the credits should happen, and as the credits happen, they go, ancient aliens. We're aliens here at and it goes, no, psych, not a show. You're a Dumbo. But instead, they made 200 seasons being like, well, the aliens could have put sand here. There's really nothing else that explains when there's plenty of shit that explains. We just don't know what it is. But it's not aliens, right? Okay? So we don't know how they made the pyramid. We don't know how they did all that stuff. Stonehenge or whatever the hell, where the rocks are too big, but it's like they didn't develop police systems yet or some shit. I don't know. But it's like, we don't know how. So I don't know how I got all the way to Westlake Village without getting the Prilosec. I don't know how I got it, how I got there, but I did, dude. But you know what? Never you mind, because now here's the thing. Never you mind, because there's drugstores everywhere, right? They're everywhere, including all the cities that I'm gonna be in. And this is one of them, Westlake. So I'm like, hey, Porsche. Yeah, I know. It's a flex, but that's what I did. How may I help you? It's a woman in my Porsche. She says, hey, I say, CVS close by. 9 options. All of them are 25 miles away. Yes, dude. So I go, hey, wait a second. That's not okay. And it's also not true. So now I'm pissed. And I go, there's got to be one in town. So I look it up on my phone now. And I look up, and CVS, there is one right down the street. So now I'm pissed at Porsche. Okay? And I look it up on Yelp, and it says closed. So now I'm pissed at CVS. So I'm like, all right. I look, the next closest one says it's 15 minutes away, but also says it's in Thousand Oaks. Now, if you don't know anything about Southern California, Thousand Oaks is basically inside of Westlake Village. So I go, now I'm pissed at geography. Just say it's in Westlake. But it says it's 15 minutes away. But I say, but Thousand Oaks isn't pissed. So now I'm just pissed off at maps. So then I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to just drive where it says. Because, hey, dude, why would it be wrong? Because the CVS will be where it says. And if it's 10 minutes away, who cares? Got my new car, gonna have fun. Gonna listen to Duran Duran all the way there. So I get in a car, I go, and here's the real kicker. Here is the real kicker. As I get on the exit, the entrance of the freeway, and this is the real kicker, and this is the most husband shit you can possibly do. I in my head, I go, she better be fucking awake when I get back to take this goddamn pill, and I better still be hurting. That pill better be like the sword in the stone in her chest cavity. It better, if it has moved down one iota, then I'm pissed at anatomy, right? So I'm like, this is going to take me 30 minutes. She'll be awake. Well, she's in excruciating pain, she says, right? You know. So I'll come out back, take Prilosec. She's asleep, dude. I'm going to wake her up. I'm going to make her take the fucking Prilosec. Want her to be on it so bad. So I drive, and as soon as I get on the freeway, it goes, oh, psych, it's in Camarillo. I don't know if you know much about Southern California, but Camarillo is 15 minutes away, and it's not Thousand Oaks. So I go, hey, guys, whoever's in, hey, map gods, what's going on, map gods? So now, I go to I take the directions that it says to take. I took them. I took those directions because they told me to take them. I exit the 101 freeway, and I keep going because it says keep going. And, dude, it makes me take a right, and I take a right, and then I go 2 miles straight into a neighborhood, and it says you've arrived at your destination, and I'm just at someone's house. So now I'm like, well, shit, man. This sucks. Now I'm in the middle of nowhere. It took 20 minutes. My wife's going to think I'm getting sucked because I'm just at a random house. And I'm like, man, I gotta fucking, all right. I'm like, well, where the fuck is this CVS? I got to get the Prilosec. And here's the other thing, the Prilosec, I want to get it because I've been wanting to get it for the podcast, to take it before, because you take it before you eat and then you do it and then you won't have the heartburn. So I'm like, I'm going to be, it's for you guys too. It's for the babies. So now I'm like, well, fuck this, dude. I'm so pissed, dude. And it's 1:30 a.m. and I go to bed at 10:30. And I'm just like, and I'm like, I'm gonna die tonight. Just like going to the most drastic. Oh, dude, did I do my will? Like, that's what I'm thinking. I think I don't want it to get fucked up like, who's that guy that's on, I don't want it to be like Philip Seymour Hoffman's will. It just became a mess because he didn't do it. And all his money kind of got dispersed everywhere. And nobody really that truly should have got it. Like, this is the shit I'm thinking of, you know? And then I get back on the freeway, I'm just in my head, I'm like, nobody's getting Prilosec. Podcast's gonna suffer. Wife's gonna be mad. And she better still not be sleeping. Maybe she's sleeping. Maybe she's actually sleeping. I'll get away with it, right? That's what I'm thinking. I get I'm about to get on the 101. I look to my right, and you know what's there? A fucking cocksucking CVS. And it's open. I don't know what that was, why it was so weird, but... And it's open. And it's open. And it's open. And I'm in Camarillo, and I go... You know what I did? I did this. I go like this. Where is it? 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 I don't have it anymore, do I? Okay. All right. Where's the fucking... Hell yeah. I guess I don't have it anymore, but it should be on here. Everything's gone to shit. But, so I go to the Camarillo, and I'm like, I don't even know what kind of neighborhood Camarillo is, really. It's got a big lots, so definitely people get shot, right? Maybe not like all the time, but maybe like twice a year. If you have a big lots, you're getting shanked, right? Some of the people where you are getting shanked, okay? So I go into the, what was it? CVS. Look for Prilosec. Still can't fucking understand what it's Prilosec. Okay, yes.
Isn't that amazing?
And I go get it, and it takes me too long because I can't. Because I don't know what it looks. I never got it before. I got it. What? Okay. Go to pay for it. Guy goes, Crystalia? I'm like, yeah. I got Prilosec and fucking chocolate covered pretzels. This is what I'm getting at 1:30, 1:45 a.m. I mean, there's nothing more like guy who just nutted gets. Yeah, like it just fucking. I bet if you so now I'm like, now my wife's definitely gonna think I'm cheating. Here, if you percent it out, okay? What's the highest percentage of something that a guy gets after post spillage? It's 100% chocolate covered pretzels and Prilosec. Okay, so I'm like, and it might only be 0.05%, but there's nothing that's over 0.006%, right? Oh, this is what they're doing at CVS. Oh, he's getting chocolate covered pretzels and Prilosec. We just had some spillage. So I'm like, all right, I'm getting it. Crystalia. So now I'm like, this guy's gonna think I just nutted too, right? This is all the. So and I'm like, I should have just stopped on the fucking way, dude. I'm so tired, dude. So then I go to pay for the thing. They open it up, the Prilosec is in like a fucking glass box, like it's kryptonite or some shit. Like, dude, just what are you making meth out of this? Who wants to fucking down a bunch of Prilosec pills? I don't know. Maybe they can do it to make some other kind of, that probably, whatever. But anyway, so I get it, and then I walk out, all right? And I see a cop with a fucking machine gun. So then I'm like, well, people are getting shanked here for sure. Camarillo is a bad town, even though it's not. And then I'm like, good thing he's here. I'm going to leave. I go to walk to my car. The guy who was in the place that was like, hey, are you Crystalia? He walks up to me, but like, okay, so here's the deal. When you have a following and when people know who you are and when they come approach you, about 90% of the time, well, yeah, you know it's coming. Right? Like it just happened today at a deli. I was at a deli and I walked by this woman and this woman just was, and I go, oh, she just stared at me. What am I supposed to do? Do I look back and go, ha, or whatever? But I don't. I walked in, I walked out, and then she goes, are you a comedian? And I said, yeah. And she says, oh man, we love you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you very much. Right. But you can clock it, you know? If you walk by them, it's one thing. If they walk over to you, it's like a scene from The Walking Dead. You're just like, oh, fuck, here it comes. Oh, no. And you're like, I could run, but I don't want to make any sudden moves because sometimes you wish you just had a fucking guy with the crossbow. Are you Krista? And, Norman Reedus, right? That's a name. And that's him. And so the guy comes up to me, and I'm like, I guess I gotta let him, right? And whatever, bro. I'm acting like I'm not grateful for. It's his jokes. It's nice. He comes up to me and he says, "Hey, Chris, D'Elia?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Hey, dude, I don't want to like bother you." And to me, that's where that should end. How? Do you have a rewind button? Hey, Chris, hey, I don't want to bother you. Just walks away. But it doesn't end there. He says, but, do you live out here? And I said, yeah, well, no, not here. Yeah, I said, yeah. He said, really? In Camarillo? And I was like, no, a little further south. This was the only CVS that was open. And he looked at me like, no, it's fucking not. And then I realized my brain did the fucking thing again, dude. Yes! There's a Rite Aid, there's Ralph's, there's Vaughn's, there's all sorts of things I could have looked up, but only looked up CVS. Yes! So now I got to drive 15 minutes back home, and I'm like the whole time, she better be fucking awake, dude. She better be awake, dude. I got the Prilosec. I'm eating the chocolate-covered pretzels. It's so foggy for some reason. It's just so foggy. And I can't keep my eyes open anyway. So it's just like the Lord's trying to take me. Satan. And so I'm just like, I get home and I'm tired, bro. I get the Prilosec. I walk up to the bedroom. Hey, here's Kristin. And I go, holding my chocolate covered pretzels in a Prilosec. So I say this loud. I say, hey, I got your Prilosec. Well, I said I thought it was Prilosec back then, but I'll change it to Prilosec. I said, hey, I got the Prilosec for you. This is her. Babe, I got the Prilosec. And then in my head, I'm like, why did she make me get it when she knew I was 30 minutes away at least. It was going to take add 10 minutes to get the Prilosec. She knows that I'm going to be coming here and she'll be asleep by 40 minutes. How bad could fucking that pill have possibly hurt that she knew? And by the way, then the Prilosec's going to take how long to work? It's not going to fucking even matter. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm going to get it and I'm going to use it for my podcast anyway. So it's like, I'll get it and then also the show will be better. So it's all good, right? Kill two birds with one stone. So I say, babe, you want a Prilosec? And I go, nah, you know what? Hey, dude, I'm not letting this go. So I bend down. I wake her. Hey, you on your Prilosec? And now Chenzo's going, and I got the fuck. I'm like, dude, babe, you want your Prilosec? She's like, huh? And I'm like, is your chest better? Did you want Prilosec? Dude. And she says, no, it's okay. And I go like this. And I'm so mad at this time. And dude, I say, well, okay, I drove out of the way because I looked up CVS. I should have looked up Rite Aid or Vaughn's or Ralph's, but I only looked up CVS. I had to drive all the way to Camarillo, even though it's going to be Thousand Oaks. So I got it for you. And she's like, all right, okay, I'll take it. So she ends up taking it, and I go back downstairs because now I'm wide awake. And I try to watch some of the show From, which isn't fucking good yet into episode 7. From, you know? The worst fucking title. And it's a horror, you know? Somebody said it's a mix between Walking Dead and Lost. And I go, from the creators of Lost? And I go, favorite show of all time? And I go, Walking Dead? First 3 seasons were fucking amazing. Gonna watch it. I'm on episode 7. It sucks. So I'm like, but I'm going to write it out, dude, because I want From to be so good. It's so promising. From. Dude, you know? The worst title. Also, by episode 7, you should know why the title is the title. Right? It'd be like if you're watching The Brady Bunch, and by episode 8, you go, wait a minute, nobody in this family is named Brady. What the fuck is Brady? This is about a family. We've only heard of the Johnsons so far. So From, right? That the only other worst title of all time, the only other worst title in history. Well, I would say there's probably 2. If you're gonna do TV, the only other worst one is The Commish. That's terrible. Don't abbreviate that. That's so. The Commish, dude. And then if you include movies, the only other worst one is The Englishman Who Went Up a Hill But Came Down a Mountain. It's too long. That's a book. Okay? So now we got From. It's like naming a show It's like naming a show Of. It's like, hey guys, let's go opening weekend to The. Right? Hey, we're going to go, me and the fam are going to go see Anne. It's a bad title, and nobody would say it's a good title. Okay? Even the creator was probably like, oh, I meant to write Form because I was going to, but I dyslexic, and now it's From, I guess. Fuck it. Where are the demons from? I don't know. So anyway, I'm watching this fucking Lost Walking Dead hybrid, and just get better, you know. But they really went for it. What is that? What service is that on? It's on MGM Plus, and every time I gotta click on MGM Plus, it re-asks me, hey, do you want to become a member? And I just go, it's a 7-day free trial. And then we bill you $5. And I go, yeah. And then every time I'm on episode 7, so I've turned it on 6-7 times. Yeah. Dude, if I bet they're charging me $5 every single fucking time. Anyway, so I watched the show. My eyes fell asleep again, and then I went to bed. And then I woke up at 8, dude. So I'm just like fucking. And good news, though. I got the Prilosec. Good news. I could take it before this morning woke up. Hey, got to take that Prilosec. Went downstairs. Didn't. Hey, my brain did that thing again. What the fuck, dude? Hey, brain, come on. When that brain does that thing, it's like so stupid. And here's how I know From isn't that good. And it's got potential. I made up in my head that the show From is one of those shows that the first season is kind of good, but the second season is good, and then the third season it gets really good. I just made that up in my head. Read nothing about it. All I heard was that the show's cool and saw some artwork on it and flipped by it on streaming a few times. And I just made up in my head. Now I'm realizing right now that I just made up in my head that the first season isn't that good. The second one is great. And then the third one turns into like this fucking phenomenal show. And I'm realizing now nobody said that. I didn't read that. I just made it up in my head, dude. So it better fucking happen, man. And so... Everyone's so crazy, and this is my kind of crazy, all right? So I'm letting you in on it. So don't be all like, Chris is crazy. I'm just talking about it to a bigger audience than you do because you're just, you work at fucking, what's that place? Rolling Greens, right? Or whatever the fuck. So it's all good. We were on the couch the other day. And Calvin, sometimes, man, if I swear 4 years old is the most hilarious. It's like the things that they say. He says to me and Kristin, he says, would you guys ever call me stupid? And we were like, oh my God. I mean, I went immediately into, Calvin, hey. I mean, so did, my wife, but I'm like, never, ever. I would never call you stupid. And my wife said, you don't have to worry. We will never, ever call you any names like that, any bad names, because you're not, and we don't think you are, and we won't say that. And then my son says, even fuck Dalia? And I'm like, oh, that's where this was going from the jump? And also, what do you mean even? That's worse. Like, what? Were you sitting down with the mafia today? Like, how did you even fuck Dalia? Oh, I mean, Krista was crying. You know what? I'm good at stopping that shit when I need to with my kid. I didn't laugh at all. I'm like, buddy, no, we wouldn't call you fuck Dalia, and you're not supposed to really say that word. So funny. I was really thinking about it on the way here. I was like driving and like, I was thinking about, having kids. And about how, like I have, so here's what having kids is like if you don't have kids. You think you're worried about it, or you're scared of it, or you're like, am I going to be a good dad or mom? Or what's it like? The unknown, right? But one thing is for sure, you're going to have more responsibility. And then a guy like me says, yeah, but like, I like getting sucked off. Yeah, but like, I want to like go to a fucking matinee at 3:30 for no reason, even though I don't. I just want to have the option to do that, And I go, well, I'm going to have a kid though, because I think it'll be good. I think. People say it's good, but then every time you talk to somebody who has a kid, they're complaining. They're probably wrong, right? I'm going to do it. So I do it, and it's always beautifully surprising, okay? Always. Like I'm surprised every few days, or even more often sometimes. Like on, oh wow, how fulfilling and pleasant and great this is. And that's coming from a selfish dude. I mean, I was, still am in a lot of respects, but I was very selfish my whole life. More so than I am now. And like, even still, I check myself. Like my wife is like, hey, you know that when you're home from school, or when you're home from work and you're not on the road that much, sometimes you can take Calvin to school 2 a.m. and I get mad in my head and say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm a night owl and I'm not doing that. And she's like, well, I have to do it every morning. And I said, yeah, I don't keep those hours. And then I'm talking out loud. I'm like, man, I sound like a fucking asshole. But then I'm like, yeah, but I work nights and that's what makes the money and that's how we live this way. And then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. And she was like, well, you're never going to take him to school? And I was like, yeah, I guess maybe once or twice every now and then. And the first day of his school, I was like, well, I'm not missing this. I'm not missing this because there's no way I'm missing this. I have to be there for his first day of school. So I take him to school and it's amazing. I almost cry, come back. Second day of school, I get up. I go, oh, I'm gonna take him. Don't worry. I have taken him to school every single day, but one, and it's been 2 months, except for the times I'm not in town, which is one of the Fridays of the week, usually because I'm traveling. So, and I realize like how amazing that makes me feel. Actually, like I'm like super happy to do it. I'm present. I wake up, I'll put his snacks in the bag. I'll fill the water up, because he's got a water bottle, which they didn't used to do that, I guess, when we were kids, right? But now they just got water so important. Like, I guess they realized, I don't know, maybe kids started dying from being dehydrated or some shit, but it's like, or maybe it's just something we made up. I don't know. But anyway, I got the eco-friendly bottle and we go to the thing and I pack up, I give him a little cheese stick he likes in the morning, and I bring him to school, and I watch it. I watch him walk into his school, and I see him greet the teacher, and I'm like, I probably look like a fucking asshole, like just so happy and lit up, just happy, and I never was, there was never a thought since that happened, since he started going to school, where I woke up where I thought, I'm not going to take him today, or I don't want to take him today. I want to take him. So I'm like, oh shit, alert, alert. You don't know who you are. But also, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's that you surprise yourself in nice ways, in shitty ways sometimes, but sometimes in nice ways. And that's okay. But I'm like, that's what having a kid is like. You learn to like things. And they're not necessarily things for you, even when you're a selfish person. But it's like, they're very fulfilling. Because I was driving Calvin and Billy back from my parents' house the other day, both of them. And Billy just does this thing now where he just throws up in the car. And he's done it maybe 3 times, where we're just driving, and out of nowhere, he'll just go, block. And it'll silently just, biak, biak. And I don't know it's happening until, oh my God, it smells like someone's burning plastic in an anus, And so I go, oh, and then I hear Calvin go, oh, and Calvin's like bad with that stuff, the bodily fluids. He's just like, right? So I'm like, Calvin, it's okay. And then we're halfway home, but it's like, I got to get home before Calvin now throws up. And so we're on the way home, and Calvin just realizes, hey, do you think Billy's going to flow up? And I was like, what? No. And he's like, but I'm scared that he's going to fall up. And I'm like, oh, buddy. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. And then he's like, but what if it does? Can I have your hand? And I was like, can you have my hand? You want to hold my hand? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I can't. All right, I can't really do it because my fucking shoulder hurts. The reason why it hurts is because I reached back once to him and it hurt. So now I got to do the thing that, but I'm like, fuck it. That's why it hurts, because I'm a dad. So that's all good. That's dad tax. So I'm like all right, I'll try to do it. I'll hold his hand. I'm like, I can kind of do it, And I'm like, buddy, I don't think Billy's going to throw up. He's only thrown up like 3 times in the car. And he's just like, but what if he does? And I said, well, you know what? You'll be able to handle it. And he goes, and he's like, yeah, but what if? I said, you're worrying about something that probably won't happen. It may happen, but it probably won't happen. And Daddy does that too. And then I go, man, I actually do that too. Like sometimes I'll just be up at night thinking about nothing. And I don't mean nothing. I mean the thought of nothing. Like when you die, what happens? And immediately I just feel just darkness consuming my eyes and mouth and chest and balls. And I'm just, oh my gosh, what does happen? Do we just stop? Is there heaven? Get out of here. Not for me. And then I get really sad. And I'm like, my brain works too hard. So I say to Calvin, I said, you know what, Calvin? This isn't a bad thing, but sometimes you're like Dad and your brain works too hard. And it's okay because it's kind of, in a way, it's just tricking you. It's making you think something that, because, I have OCD and I have a fear that, my kids will have it. And so I'm like, you don't have to actually let your brain trick you. Like, it's just working too hard. And that's okay because you know what? Say he does throw up. What's going to happen? He said, it's going to smell bad. And I said, yeah, and then what? And he said, I'm not going to like it. And I said, yeah, and that's what? That's what's going to happen. It's going to smell bad, but you're going to handle it, and you can handle it. So don't let your brain work too hard on worrying about something that probably isn't going to happen. And if it does happen, you're going to be able to what? And he says, I'm going to be able to handle it. And I'm driving back, and I'm like, oh, man, I'm fucking awesome. Why don't I say this kind of stuff with adults? I'm just driving just like, how come I can't kick ass in conversations when I'm talking to a 40-year-old? And I feel good about myself. I mean, I'm thinking shit like, it's too bad Billy isn't old enough to hear this shit. This is good. I don't know if I'll be able to say it again. And so every 5 minutes on the way home, it's like 40 minutes home, I hear Calvin says, oh, Dad, my brain's working too hard. And I'm just like, it's, this beautiful thing where, like, I should take my own fucking advice. And, like, I don't need to be all fucking pissed off when I can't find the CVS, and then I get all mad, and I have these all things I've created in my head where it's like, oh, man, my wife better wake up and take the Prilosec because that'll make it all worth it. And it's like, what? What, dude? Huh? And then I'm like, why didn't my dad tell me that shit? And I'm like, maybe he didn't really know. But I don't know. It's so awesome. But I was thinking on the way here, about kids, going back to what I was talking about. It's like, it's so, yeah, you know what? I don't like this word. And one time when I was 22, my friend's mom said that something was wonderful. And I said, wonderful, huh? And she said, yeah, it's wonderful. And I said, really? And she said, yeah. And she said, you don't think it's wonderful? And I said, I don't know. I don't think really anything's wonderful. And then in that moment, I actually thought, I'm never using that fucking word anymore. And I didn't, dude, for years until it was absolutely necessary. And I only used it when it was like full of wonder, when something was full of like, huh? But I'm using it now, dude. It's just wonderful, man. It's wonderful having kids. It's wonderful. And the people that don't have them, that don't want to, good on you, But I wonder what they would think if they knew what they were missing out on. I don't know. Some guys splurting women in dip. Some guys splurting women in dip. And I just can't even believe it. Like, people are like, oh, Dave Grohl's a piece of shit. I'm like, yeah, he's just raising 2 families now. What a nice guy. He still is the best, the best, the best. Dude, he still is. Fuck y'all. Fuck Dewea. Dude, it's called From. Oh, fuck. So, anyway, I post a lot of Instagram clips now, reels and shit, getting them numbers up. I got fucking numbers. My numbers are going up. Sell tickets that way. Told you I'll be in Toronto and all these, new there's a bunch of different places, Sioux Falls. But, so that's fine. There's a guy who just followed me. Oh, Danny Go just followed me on Instagram. Dude, I'm going to see Danny Go with my kids, and I can't wait. And that's it. And I'm telling you guys that just because. And I can't wait to go to Danny Go. I cannot wait. And it's crazy I want to go to Danny Go. Because 5 years ago, not only would I not wanted to have gone to Danny Go, but I wouldn't have wanted to go to a place. And now I'm going. And I'm going with my kids. And it's going to be so fun. And I hope the lights are cool. And I hope that they're dancing a lot. And I hope that they fucking... give me that garbage. Give me that garbage. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. That song is dope. I think I could actually make it better, too. I'm going to tell Danny Go when I meet him. Because I'm going to meet him, I think, I hope. I'm going to go. It should go. Give me that garbage. Give me that garbage. Garbage. But they don't do that. And it would be so dope if they did that. Garbage. If they chopped and screwed it like that. But they don't do that. Fucking do it. Dude, I'm listening to that on the way home. Fuck it. Windows down. Duran. Take a break. Take 5. Boom. Give me that garbage. And I'm going to be in the car. Give me that garbage. Garbage. Just me being with him doing it. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away as I kick it into 11th gear. So anyway. Yeah, I post reels on Instagram. So fucking sue me. So I do it. My TikTok numbers went up. My reels, my Instagram numbers going up, dude. So what? 60K ever since I started posting reels like was suggested by my tour manager, friend, and videographer. You know the word. So 100,000 TikTok ever since I started posting. So did it. And so I was looking online. So I caught a comment. On my Instagram. And it said, dude, what's up with the laugh track? And I'm just like, do these people not know that, like, stand-up isn't you alone in a room? Like, there's people there and they're laughing. Like, what do you... I don't know what that means. What's with the laugh track? Like, maybe they think I'm in a room alone filming something, but I cut back to the audience and shit, so I don't really get it. But I don't know what they mean. But I was online looking at I was online looking at the fucking Fraser Smith deep cut online, and I'm scrolling and I come across this guy's page where he's doing stand up. I know the guy. He's not. I wouldn't say he's successful. Maybe he does shows. You don't know him. I'll say that. It's like that, right? Nice enough, but I don't think the guy's a bad guy. I honestly, I don't think I've ever seen his stand-up. I just know him from the circuit and around. And I'm like, oh, this guy. He popped up, dude. So I start watching his stuff. And he's on stage doing stand-up. You know, he's got gigs. People are there, I guess. And he's straight up doing jokes. And he is obviously adding people and laughter in the clips. And it's very, very obvious to me. Okay. Now I understand I'm not the layman here. I'm not I know what a bunch of people really laughing sounds like in a room. To something specific, right? A non-generic laugh. I know what it sounds like. Obviously, all comedians do. And this is very obvious. He like searched on YouTube laughter and then just added it. And he's even putting in applause breaks, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm watching this. And I'm just like, people are doing this? If your stuff doesn't work to make people laugh, it's not going to work online. So then I send a group text to a bunch of other comedians and I say, yo, check this out. And they say, yeah, I know. And I said, you know what? And they're like, people do this. I say, there are comedians that put laughs in when they're not there? And they're like, yeah. And they send me a bunch of different clips from a bunch of different comedians, and it's very obvious that, now, there's not like 20 comedians that do this, but there are a few comedians that legit put in fake laughter on an Instagram reel. And I'm not talking about, on Netflix specials or on fucking Hulu specials or Comedy Central. They jack up the laughter. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about jacking up the laughter. That's fine. You want to change. Sometimes, on my last special, this sounds silly, but I made sure the laughter, I don't like, sometimes the laughter is too loud. It's annoying in specials. I made sure in the last one that it wasn't that loud. And, I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but you can adjust the levels of it. It's being recorded in a different. I'm talking about getting laughter sounds online and not pumping it in, putting it in. They do that. And applause breaks. So tell comedians, if they're doing that, to stop doing that. That is just, what is that? That is just terrible, dude. That is so backwards. Work hard. Fucking work hard, dude. Get in there. Do that shit. Just get a podcast. Or how about the fake podcast? That guys will just do clips like this. It will be like if you see this, me talking on Reels, and it's this, but it's not from a podcast. It's just me saying a bunch of things, pretending like I have a podcast, and then just hoping I go viral. People do that. Chicks. It's like, it's crazy. That is crazy to me. That is just mental, mate. It's just absolutely mental. The Zuckerberg made a dude. He had this thing I saw where his wife wanted a minivan. This is so. I don't know the guy, Mark Zuckerberg, but there is nothing probably that I would guess more that Mark Zuckerberg would do than his wife said he wanted a minivan. She wanted a minivan. So he had Porsche construct a Porsche minivan. And it's just like, look at this. Mark Zuckerberg bought his wife a custom Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT minivan. Yeah, he had West Coast Customs do it, right? Yeah. Whatever. And, no. Hey. No. No. Hey. Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT minivan. Hey. No. You like it? Come on, bro. You like it? It looks like dog shit. Dude, this thing, it looks too long. It looks like a limo. It's too long. Porsche doesn't make it for a reason. And here's the deal. His car, he got his and hers matching. I love these rich motherfuckers that are like, so, had to get one too. Check it out. And they just post it like people aren't just like killing each other for groceries. But I did talk about my Porsche, so. So he got his is dope. The gray one. What is it, GT3? Whatever it is. Anyway, he got that minivan made from West Coast Customs. I watch that show sometimes, man. What's that? Bad? I don't know, man. It's got to be bad, right? It's going to break down or something? Dude, where is this country headed with Elon Musk and just he's going to run.
Look, you must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment.
Just told everyone. Oh, wow, so bitch. That's him? Oh, I thought it was the person in the room. Wow, Cincy!
Look,
I mean, did you see this?
Free speech in order to have democracy.
That's like what I do.
That's the First Amendment.
On this.
And the Second Amendment.
Oh, just so nervous, and that just knew he was going off on a limb. Literally, he's like, I hope I'm not telling people to actually kill each other if they don't say what they want.
Is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment.
It honestly sounds like a club anthem a little bit. How do you do 4 syllables of that? I understand 2. 3, I understand. Damn, dude. But he just keeps nutting in women and having kids, huh? Like, dude, to just be, wow. To just be so rich and just nutting in different women and just giving speech. Like, he probably feels like he's floating, you know? Like he's just... God, I love... How about when Elon Musk jumped? How did he jump with that face, dude? That's talented. Like, you got, like, it's fair enough to say Elon Musk changed the world. If you were to have seen this picture, you'd be like, well, that's a guy that's going to change the world. Because how does he have a face vacant of anything? How is the empty vessel of his head experiencing this a foot off the ground? It is, I mean, it is, you know, he looks like a PS1 character. Where you're like, all right, they tried with the polygon stuff, but I mean, just unbelievable. Love headlines like this. Al Pacino reveals he nearly here. Al Pacino reveals he nearly died of COVID-19 and gives his thoughts on the afterlife. Al Pacino has revealed that he nearly died in 2020 and shared his view on in the interviews in the New York Times and People magazine. Oscar-winning actor recounted his experience. This is from CNN, so you know it's half true. Pacino, 84, dude. Wow. And he says that there's no afterlife because, dude, these actors are good for them. Good for them, just losing their mind. Good for them. They need to. How could they not? How could Al Pacino not be crazy shit? I'm surprised Al Pacino isn't just at, like, ShopRite just jacking off in the bread aisle. Like, just, why? Oh, yeah, on the wheat. So, Al Pacino, 84, told the Times a wide-ranging interview that he began to feel unusually not good and then develop a fever and was dehydrated. Wow. This is what he said. I was sitting there in my house and I was gone. Didn't have a pulse. That's what he said. You're here, you're not. I thought, wow, you don't even have your memories yet. Nothing strange porridge. Just... If you don't have a pulse, you don't know you're here. You don't know you're here. You're dead. Within minutes, an ambulance showed up at Pacino's home, and he regained consciousness with 6 paramedics and 2 doctors. So, I mean, the way this guy talked. They had these outfits that looked like they were from outer space or something. It was kind of shocking. It was kind of shocking to open up your eyes and see that. Everybody was around me, and they said, he's back. He's here. Okay. He died. And that would be pretty fucking cool to just die for a little bit. Die a little bit. That'll be the next Bruce Willis installment. He'll just be in a wheelchair. Die a little bit. It won't even be like, you have 30 seconds, McLean. They'll be like, you have a week and a half. And it is next door. See if you can get there. I will start the timer now. And it just doesn't even move. It just says 9 days. Here's Elon Musk. Cincy. Elon Musk, Cincy. Cincy. Oh, this is so, wow, that's Cincy. The wave at the end. Love it. He's my best friend. If I met him at a coffee shop, dude, we'd be all over each other. Not in a gay way. Let's see here. Dude, have you been on Twitter lately? I posted a few things on there recently. I sound like such an old man, but dude, I didn't know it was so racist. There's an account. I guess I looked at it once because it keeps coming up. I do not follow it. And it's so anti-Semitic that I'm like, oh my God, no, people are for real. Like, it has likes. It'll just post a picture of someone who I guess is of the Jewish religion and what they did about something, and then the Twitter caption will be, I don't even have to say it. You know, and I'm like, a non-anti-Semitic person. I'm like, I know what? I don't get it. And then you look at the replies, and it's like, it's always them, and you're just like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. And it's like, we need free speech, and we need the Second Amendment because that'll help uphold the First Amendment. And it's like, or whatever Elon Musk did. This I agree with. This Reddit post, we are spoiled for choice. It says N-word, but I'm going to say guys instead of. Guys was never meant to see this many bad bitches. Social media got us fried. Our ancestors used to only see 10 like baddies in their whole life. And boy, isn't that true. I mean, dude, you want to know about this? Come to a guy like me, a guy who's 44. I've had social media and not social media. I know what the world was like without social media. I know what the world is like with social media. And dude, hey, there's too many bad bitches out there. I can tell on my phone. But you don't see them out. You don't really see them. You might see one. And now there's more people than ever. Our ancestors? Dude, if I think about how many, like, tens my dad has seen, it's probably 20. And he's 76. And he probably saw 13 of them after he was 45. Like, we are on overload. I bet, like, the what do you call it? Who cares? I don't want to say it. For no reason. I'll stop talking on this podcast because I can do that. I don't even know why people listen to podcasts with interviews. I know people do that all the time, and those are the big ones, like, or with two people on it, you know, like more people watch Golden Hour than they watch this. More people watch Bad Friends and more people watch, and it's just like, dude, no, man. I only want to listen to one person talking or nobody talking. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's good, man. That's good. I'm tired. It's actually pretty tiring doing the podcast now, man. I'm 44, but I don't know how long I'm going to do it for. I'm going to keep going. I want to keep going, dude. You know what? This could be the longest running podcast of all time. I might do that. I might just do it until I'm 95. Like, I know, like, you know, obviously it's a cash cow. Theo's podcast, Rogan's podcast, and all this shit. But like, they're not gonna be. They're gonna be rich. But Rogan's already rich as shit. Theo's on his way, and it's like, oh, dude, they're gonna quit. Hey, dude, I'm just gonna keep doing it, even if it's bad. In fact, I'm gonna do it bad. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna do it when I'm 80. Congratulations, episode 4,665 billion. Same stupid intro, Talking about tour dates I'm not going on. Hey guys, I'll be in Narnia on fucking April 7th to 75th. I'll be in Narnia on April 75th. Come see me in Narnia. Go to my website, bootybooty.com. Just losing my mind. There's no websites anymore. Just put on your glasses and be there. It's virtual. I'm you. Here we go. Yay. Wow. But it is what it is. I appreciate you guys, from the bottom of my cock and balls. And that's it. That's the episode for YouTube. If you want to watch the rest of the episode, the uncut, girthy episode, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Crystalia, and get that, and then get like the other, unlock all the, like there's like 40 episodes that we've done that are only for the Patreon. So go get that. It's just $6. Go do it. Plus, you just support the show. It helps us, man. It really does. It keeps the show moving. We love you. We like you.